There he is.
Mike, what up?
What's going on, Mike? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. All right, DC Mike TV right here with the uncrowned WBA champion, Mike Fox. Mike Fox got robbed on Fox.
Yeah, I can't believe they robbed me on my channel.
Man, for those who missed this fight, man, he fought Saturday night against Venezuelans Gabriel Maestre.
My Maestre, I think that's how they were saying it. Maestre.
Big shot from
Then
Michael Fox and Maestre down on the canvas for the first time as a pro.
a nice little knockdown second round. That was the only highlight they showed on the PBC page. And so, how you feeling about it, Mike?
Man, I mean, it still stings, you know. I mean, of course, I know I won. The public knows I won. Jump on Twitter, boxing Twitter, will tell you I won. The
Yeah,
biggest thing, yeah, the biggest thing is just not being able to take that belt home. But you know, like the good thing about what happened, the only good thing about what happened is just that, and this is my dad was saying that the world saw this. This isn't like this don't happened off TV and we got to tell people about it.
right,
We everybody's seen the thousands
right,
of people, who booed in the venue. They saw, then they left.
right,
You know, and then the hundreds of people and the thousands, maybe even millions of people that watched on TV. So
right,
that's the saving grace for this.
right. Your height and your range came in handy, and your skill
Yes, sir.
definitely. How hard was that? You southpaw? I get
Yeah,
confused.
yeah. Southpaw.
Okay,
I'm Southpaw to edge conventional.
okay. How hard was that left hand you hit him with? Was that everything?
Yeah, it was a pretty solid left hand, man. I came in lie. Like I turned it over, follow through with the punch, and he was stepping in. He stepped in too aggressively, and I met him with about the same force, and then down goes Maestre.
Remember in the '60s, Muhammad Ali did the pull, as they call it nowadays, the pull counter.
Yeah, I believe.
Sonny
Yeah,
Liston,
yeah.
he's coming
Pull
in.
counter. Yeah, and caught him. And caught him on the way in.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean that's good. That's a good like any good counter puncher guys has a good pull counter. So
Yeah,
I like to think of myself as a pretty efficient counter puncher. So
yeah,
um, but I love being able to take advantage of shots like that, take advantage of opportunities like that. It's like what basketball considers a free throw.
yeah, yeah. I know the WBA is under investigation right now, and they're trying to basically order a damn rematch. But the rematch shouldn't be necessary, in my opinion. They should just give you the damn belt. How you feeling about that?
I mean, if it comes to a rematch, I mean, I guess I'd take it. But I mean, truthfully, if they do a rematch, the WBA is basically telling me I got to beat this guy two times to get what I actually earned. I don't say deserve. It's what I earned.
Right,
I don't really use that word deserve because in boxing you ain't entitled to anything. But for them a rematch was basically going to be them telling me I got to beat him twice. Um, and truthfully, I don't think Maestre would take a second fight with me. Really, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He needs to really. If somebody needs to sit him down and tell him, though, you need to take this and run with it. If they vacate, if they strip you, whatever, you still got the W. But you know, I mean, he can't he didn't when they raised his hand, he didn't look like a fighter that just captured the title.
pretty much. Yeah, you were shocked. You were like, what the hell? Are they
I was
serious?
stuck. I was stuck, man. I told my guy, like, man, at that moment, I was a 10-year-old boy again. Like, I looked at my dad, and my brother, do something, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just so stuck and dumbfounded at how they just did that. Like, cause I go
Hmm.
back after after the final bell, my dad, my brother, my cut man, Reggie, Marshall, Kaufman, my promoter, they're all like, yo, you did it, bro. You're a world champion. You did it. So all I'm waiting to hear is what everybody else knew.
Yeah,
And and three judges say otherwise.
right. What were they scoring off of? Like punching power, or I don't know.
you would have to find a way to get them on the live and ask them what they judging off of. They weren't judging off of clean punching. That's clear. That it's clear that they weren't judging off of clean punching. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was giving them. I
Right.
definitely landed the more eye catching shots
Yeah, definitely. He was doing a lot of, head hunting and swinging and
and
hitting,
missing.
hitting air. Yeah, missing.
Yeah, yeah,
Hitting a lot of air. Damn, Mike.
yeah.
I remember a time where Franchon fought I think she fought a transgender or something.
I ain't even gonna get into all
And
that. I'm gonna say, look,
what?
I know what fight you talking about. Yeah, that was. I know she tested positive for I think some banned substances, and yeah, they reversed that decision, which they rightfully should have. Our sport is already a dangerous one. It doesn't have to doesn't have to be made deadly for no reason.
Right. I think they should do the same way. Reverse it, give you the belt as opposed to having you fight this guy again. Like that's baffling to me. That doesn't make any sense. It really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I definitely think I should have walked out with that belt. I should have walked out with that belt. Like I said, most of anybody who follows boxing on social media is saying the same thing. So that literally means only 3 people saw you win. 3 people, and I guess your team. And if your team is telling you that you won that fight, that team is not a team you want to stay with. He's already 34. He needs to make the most out of this. Out of his career as he can.
Right.
So having people that's being untruthful to you is not gonna get you far in this sport.
Right. What were the odds in that fight, if you remember?
I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I think I was an underdog though. I believe Joe Gusta said something about me being an underdog, things like that. But I mean, with what went on, I mean, a lot of people were supposed to make some good money if they bet on me, but. Like I said, somebody had other plans.
Yeah. At the end of the 11th, I think your dad, I think I remember him saying, don't quote me, if you want to be great, then show it.
I think that was Ted. That was actually Ted.
Oh, your brother? Okay, excuse me.
Yeah. Because we were something we were talking about, and he mentioned that. But my dad just was like, man, stay off these ropes. Don't give him no chance. Don't give him no opportunity. Keep it in the center. That was what my dad was kind of saying the entire fight. So he said, man, to finish it up in the center ring. Get on the ropes. Don't give him no. He said, don't give him no chances. He said, if you get caught on the ropes, he said just start deducting points. That's the mindset you got to have. You get caught on the ropes, just start deducting points.
No, you just got finished sparring Gervonta Davis. What's his punching power compared to Tanks? Obviously, Tanks is a lot smaller guy, but
he does not hit anywhere near as hard as Tank Davis. The only
oh my God.
and I haven't felt a Tank Davis punch in an 8-ounce glove. I say Shojahan Ergashev is another dude that punched very hard, but I fought him in 8-ounce gloves as well, so I can say his punching power is legit. And compared to those guys, this guy didn't hold a candle to him. True. I mean, true. That's the truth. And I mean, and both of those guys, especially Tank. Tank is just much sharper than him. It's like Maestre had a very strong physical presence, being able to he'll throw a shot, miss, but he'll still press you to the ropes and stuff. But his actual punches weren't anything I've never felt before.
Okay, you're 26 now, right?
Now I'll be 26 in October.
Okay, is your man strength coming in yet, or?
I mean, I think it's coming in. My thing is this: I'm a boxer, and even when my strength comes in, I think my body, like my fight game. I mean, my body's kind of designed for me to be a strong boxer, strong, masterful boxer that can create angles, and I'll be able to hurt guys with shots that they don't see. Will I turn 26 and just become Deontay Wilder? No. You know what I mean? If that does happen, then a lot of people are in a lot of trouble. But I'm always going to be a strong boxer with a great skill set. The skill set I have, it's only going to be amplified by power. I'm not going to sacrifice my skill set to be a knockout puncher because it's gotten me this far. It's got me all the way to an interim world title challenge. You know, I should be the champion. I'm the people's champion, you know.
Yep.
But um, but yeah, I'm always going to be a pure boxer. I'll just be a stronger boxer than I am, than I was when I turned 18. To from 18 to 25, there's a difference, and from 25 on, there's going to be a difference in my punching power. But the skill set is always going to be at the forefront.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people ringside, a lot of commentators felt as though you got robbed. They were barefoot. And one of my fellow YouTubers, Marcos Viegas, he actually had you up. I forget what it was. I don't know, 118, 110, something like that. He even had
Yeah,
you well
yeah, he
ahead.
had it very wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Vegas had very wide. He's the unofficial announcer. I mean, score,
Uh-huh.
score, score, unofficial score. He had the
Hmm.
scores wide, but I mean, you got world champion like Lennox Lewis, and you got a world champion trainer Joe Goosen agreeing with him. So
Mm.
either millions of people around the world are crazy, or the three judges got it wrong.
Pretty much. What did Lennox say to you after the fight?
He was just telling me that he had watched my fight with Ergashev, he watched my fights with Santa Maria and Maestre just on Saturday. He said, "Yo,
Mm.
I can see the improvement from then to now." He said, "Keep doing
Mm.
what you're doing." He said, first thing he said was, "Bro, you won that fight. Do not let them tell you otherwise." And
Mm.
and Goose, and then they both told him and Goosen told stories about how they had, Goosen's like, I had a guy, he did X, Y, and Z, uh, and then Lennox Lewis was talking about how he got an unfair draw against Holyfield and things like that. So yeah, we talked, but to hear just to hear him showering me with compliments and everything after and that I mean he showered me with compliments after the fight I fought. Plus like dude, we grew up watching you fight, watching old tapes, watching this, watching that, watching you fight, watching you kind of reign supreme at the heavyweight division, and you out here singing, and for him to be out here singing my praises, like he's singing my praises as if the roles were reversed, like he watched me coming up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it meant a lot to hear Lennox Lewis and Joe Goosen. Like not only that, Lennox and Joe, Lennox got a lady that was working on the broadcast, called her, told her, "Yo, go find him before he leaves. I want to talk to him." So that was a big
Mm.
deal. He wanted me to hear from him, not hear it on Twitter or on a DM or nothing. He wanted me to hear him actually say it, and that meant a lot.
Mm. Mm. I realized your last two fights was at 47. You going back to 40 or you stuck at 47?
Now we
Oh, you
probably gonna
stand at
stay.
47.
Yeah, we probably gonna stay at 47. I mean, the 47-pound weight cut was pretty went very well this time. Um, pulling off that additional 7 pounds could be something that proves to be more hurtful. Something else.
Mm. Yeah. Now, this WBA belt, you the one that would put you right in line with, I believe, Jamal James and Manny Pacquiao, or the one that Pacquiao Spence
Yeah.
in that
Um,
lineup.
it would have put me probably. I would have been right up next with Jamal James. I probably would have had to fight him in Minnesota. I mean that's a fight. That's a fight. I would have been looking forward to. I mean, Jamal James is a very sharp boxer. I think he's one. I think he's one of the like he's not a superstar, but he's one of the top welterweights. But regardless, that the interim belt was supposed to put me in line for Jamal James's belt. If I win that, uh, it puts me in line. I guess after the dust settles between Spence and Pacquiao, if neither one of them had any
Injuries.
mandatories, yeah, any
Yeah.
injuries or any mandatories, maybe I could have been in the mix with them, or maybe I could have been in the mix with the Ugas. Regardless, those fights we're gonna pay substantially, and then we're gonna have my name out there. And that's what was taken from me the most. Such grand opportunities, and they were unfairly taken from me just because just be well, I don't know why, because you gotta like I said, you gotta ask the judges. Um, but I was in, I thought that win was well, I won that fight, and I felt like that was gonna put me in line for some bigger opportunities, bigger money, like a world title, not just an interim world title, a fully
Mm.
recognized world title. And that just was taken from me.
Yeah, definitely. I think you'd have been an interim. I think Jamal James is the regular. And I think Pacquiao was the WBA and recessed or something like that.
Yeah, he was the champion in recess, but Ugas is the WBA super champion, and the
Okay.
WBA decided to let him remain as the super champion. So so it would have been I would have been in line with those guys. I would have been in talks with all of those guys. You know, I mean, Pacquiao at this point, his name is larger than any belts. To be honest,
Yeah,
he don't really need belts. He's higher than belts.
pretty much. Now you can still be in talks with Jamal James, even though everybody thought you won. Would you take a Jamal James fight right now without a belt, or do you want to wait to get the belt
Nah,
to?
I would pick a Jamal James fight because it's still a bigger fight. It's still a bigger fight, and plus, like I said, I don't think Maestre will fight me again. I don't. If I can get proven wrong, I'll get proven wrong. I don't mind that at all. But Jamal James is still a bigger name. He has a bigger belt, so I would still like, and it's more money for a bigger opportunity. I'm going to take that fight. It makes most business sense. It makes most sense as just a fighter. Jamal
Yeah,
James is what 23-1, something like that. His
yeah,
only loss comes to Yordenis Ugas. So
mm,
he's a legit welterweight. He's a legit welterweight champion.
definitely. You picked up about what 1,000 followers,
I
something
pick
like
up.
that. Give
I'll
it
tell you,
to.
I think on Instagram I pick up a little over 1,000 followers and like 1,500 Twitter followers. But like
Mm,
because of everybody commenting their disapproval with what happened Saturday, that investigation is underway, and I owe anybody that said anything about that. I owe all of y'all great thanks, because
yeah,
I can only do my powers in kind of in the ring after that final bell after the final bell had rang. All I can do now is sit back and sit back and see what happens. It's out of my hands now, but
yeah,
a bunch of people tweeting and DMing and talking to they directly at the WBA like, yo, y'all got to fix this. The guy whoever controls that social media is like, yo, my phone's blowing up. What am I gonna do?
yeah,
It puts stress on them.
yeah. You definitely trending right now. Alex from Round by Round, he said it was a robbery. My guy Fred from Barbershop Conversations, he said it was a robbery. Matter of fact, I think he's going live tonight in the barbershop. So talk about your fight. You could probably catch him on YouTube tonight. Don't know what time exactly, but yeah, a lot of big media guys say it was a clear robbery,
But
clear damn robbery, man. So what do you think's next for you? Where do you
I
go
mean,
from here?
next we got to see what happens with this investigation and everything. But I'm leaving that to Mike Barrow and Marshall Kaufman. We got to see what happens when the dust settles.
Yeah, you'd have been Marshall Kaufman's second champion, you and Rice Salim.
Yes, sir. Right. Shout out to Rice Salim. That dude can fight.
Yeah,
I look forward to joining him and saying that we're King Promotions champions. But shout out to him. He's a very sharp boxer.
yeah. You're the WA champion in my book, Mike, even though you don't have it physically as of now, but you're the champion, in my opinion. Gabriel Maestre is not.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and man, shout out to
No
you,
problem.
shout out to DC Mike TV, shout out to Corey Sanders from Side Nation. I saw he spoke. I was watching y'all interview. He spoke pretty highly of me, and kudos to him
Yeah.
for bringing. I think he's the first card to be back in Maryland, so shout out to him on that. Congratulations on that, and shout out to Dusty and Thomas Lamana. They're bringing boxing back to DC, so
Hmm.
shout out to them. They're both bringing boxing to the DMV again.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Mike. Appreciate your time, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Be
Right here
safe.
with
Be
the
safe.
uncrowned WBA champion, Mike Fox.